Before I tell you how to learn thousands of English words, I need to tell you something that most people never realize. The reason you forget vocabulary is not because you are bad at English. It's not because your memory is weak. It's not because you're too old. And it's definitely not because other people are smarter than you. The real reason? You learn words the same way millions of people do. And millions of people fail. Think about it. How many times have you written a word 10 times? How many vocabulary lists have you memorized? How many notebooks are filled with words you no longer remember? Exactly. You studied, but you didn't absorb. You collected words, but you never made them part of your life. And that changes today. Because in this video, you're going to learn the most effective way to learn vocabulary. Not just for exams, not just for school, but for real life, for confidence, for communication, for transformation. And if you stay until the end, you might never look at learning the same way again. Because vocabulary is not about words. Vocabulary is about power. The power to express yourself. The power to connect. The power to influence. The power to change your future. And every powerful future starts with a single word. Pause for a moment. Imagine yourself speaking English naturally. No hesitation. No fear. No searching for words. Just confidence. Just flow. Just freedom. Now ask yourself, how different would your life become? Because sometimes one language doesn't just change how you speak. It changes how you think. And when your thinking changes, your entire life follows. The first tip, stop memorizing, start using. Here's the first secret. The most effective way to learn vocabulary is not memorization. It's usage. Let that sink in. A word you use becomes your word. A word you only memorize remains a stranger. Think about your best friend. You remember them because you've spent time together. You don't remember them because you read their name 50 times. Words work exactly the same way. If you learn the word confident, don't just write it. Use it. Say, I want to become more confident. Write, today I felt confident during my meeting. Speak it. Think it. Live it. The brain remembers experiences, not lists. Second tip, learn phrases, not single words. Most learners make a huge mistake. They learn words individually. But real communication happens in chunks. For example, don't learn. Opportunity. Learn. This is a great opportunity. Don't learn. Decision. Learn. I need to make a decision. Your brain loves patterns. The more patterns you learn, the faster your fluency grows. Third tip, fall in love with repetition. People want magic tricks. People want shortcuts. People want instant fluency. But mastery has never respected impatience. The truth? You don't remember words because you saw them once. You remember words because life showed them to you repeatedly. Read them. Hear them. Speak them. Write them. Repeat them. Again. And again. And again. Until the word feels like part of your identity. Now, let's talk about something deeper. Something bigger than vocabulary. Because this isn't really about English. It's about who you're becoming. Every day people say, I'll start tomorrow. I'll study later. I'm too busy. I don't have time. But let's be brutally honest. You don't lack time. You lack priorities. The average person spends hours scrolling. Hours watching other people live. Hours consuming. Very little creating. Very little growing. Very little becoming. And then they wonder why life stays the same. Years pass. Dreams fade. Confidence disappears. Potential dies quietly. Not because they failed. Because they never started. And maybe that's where you are right now. Maybe you've wanted to improve your English for years. Maybe you've bought courses. Downloaded apps. Saved videos. Watched motivation. Made plans. But deep inside, nothing truly changed. Because information doesn't change lives. Action does. Here's the brutal truth nobody wants to hear. The world doesn't reward intentions. It rewards execution. Nobody cares how many books you bought. They care what you've learned. Nobody cares how many goals you wrote. They care what you've built. Nobody cares how motivated you feel. They care what you do when motivation disappears. And motivation always disappears. That's why discipline matters. Discipline is showing up when excitement is gone. Discipline is studying when nobody is watching. Discipline is reading one page when your mind wants entertainment. Discipline is becoming the person your future depends on. The truth is painful. But pain creates growth. Comfort creates weakness. Why most people stay stuck? Most people stay stuck because they confuse movement with progress. They watch productivity videos, but don't work. They collect knowledge, but don't apply it. They dream, but never build. And slowly, their identity becomes tied to potential instead of results. Potential is dangerous because potential feels good. It makes you believe you're capable. But capability means nothing without action. A seed has potential, but if it never grows, it's just a seed. And many people spend their entire lives as seeds, never becoming the tree they were meant to be. Step 1. Become a vocabulary hunter. From today, become a hunter, not of animals, not of people, of words. Every day, find 5 new words. Just 5. That's it. 5 words every day. 5 words for 1 year. That's 1,825 words. Think about that. One small habit. One massive transformation. Success is usually boring. Failure is usually dramatic. People want dramatic change. Life rewards consistent change. Step 2. Create emotional connections. The brain remembers emotion, not information. Attach feelings to words. Create stories. Create images. Create experiences. If you learn the word victory, don't think of a dictionary. Think of the day you succeeded. Think of the moment you overcame something difficult. Emotion creates memory. Memory creates mastery. Step 3. Speak before you feel ready. This is where most people fail. They're waiting to feel confident, waiting to feel prepared, waiting to feel perfect. But confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence comes because of action. The first conversation will feel awkward. The second conversation will feel uncomfortable. The 10th conversation will feel easier. The 100th conversation will feel natural. Growth is always embarrassing before it becomes impressive. Remember that. Growth is always embarrassing before it becomes impressive. Real life story. Imagine 2 students. One studies vocabulary 3 hours every day. The other studies only 30 minutes. Who wins? Most people say the first student. But wait. The first student memorizes. The second student uses every word in conversations. 6 months later, the second student speaks better. Why? Because language is a skill, not a subject. And skills grow through practice, not observation. You can watch swimming videos forever. But eventually, you must enter the water. Psychological insight. Your brain is always listening, even when you think it isn't. The words you repeat become beliefs. The beliefs become actions. The actions become habits. The habits become character. The character becomes destiny. Think about that. Your destiny often begins with the words inside your head. If every day you say, "I'm bad at English," your brain hears it, believes it, and behaves accordingly. But what if you said, "I'm improving every day. I'm learning faster. I can do this." Different words, different beliefs, different future. Language doesn't only describe reality. Language creates reality. Modern life's trap. The modern world is designed to distract you. Notifications, messages, videos, endless scrolling, constant noise. Everyone is fighting for your attention. Because attention is power. And if you don't control your attention, someone else will. The strongest people today are not necessarily the smartest. They're the most focused. Focus has become a superpower. A rare superpower. And every time you choose learning over distraction, you strengthen that power. Every page you read, every word you learn, every minute you study, you're not just improving English. You're training your mind. You're building discipline. You're becoming dangerous in the best possible way. Philosophical lesson. A sword becomes sharp through friction. A diamond forms under pressure. A strong mind develops through struggle. Nothing valuable arrives easily. Nothing. Not confidence. Not fluency. Not success. Not wisdom. The universe seems to reward those who endure. Those who continue when quitting would be easier. Those who keep walking when the path gets dark. And maybe that's your challenge right now. To continue. To keep learning. To keep growing. Even when progress feels invisible. Because invisible progress is still progress. The roots grow before the tree appears. Daily habits for transformation. Here's your new daily system. Wake up. Read 10 minutes. Learn 5 words. Use each word in a sentence. Speak out loud for 5 minutes. Listen to English for 15 minutes. Write a short paragraph. Repeat tomorrow. Simple. Not easy. But simple. And remember, complexity impresses people. Consistency changes people. Do this for 1 month. You'll notice improvement. 3 months. Others will notice. 1 year. Your old self won't recognize you. The deeper lesson. The greatest battle in your life is not against English. Not against vocabulary. Not against grammar. It's against the weaker version of yourself. The version that wants comfort. The version that wants excuses. The version that says, maybe tomorrow. Every day you either strengthen that version or defeat it. Every day you vote for the person you're becoming. With your actions. With your habits. With your choices. And eventually, the votes add up. That's called destiny. Listen carefully. This may be the most important thing you hear today. 1 year from now, the time will pass anyway. The days will come. The weeks will come. The months will come. The question is not whether time will pass. The question is, who will you become while it passes? Will you still be making excuses? Still waiting? Still doubting yourself? Still saying someday? Or will you become the person who took control? The person who learned? The person who grew? The person who refused to stay average? Because average is crowded. Extraordinary has room. The future belongs to people who can learn, adapt, communicate, think, and keep growing. So start today. Not next Monday. Not next month. Not next year. Today. 1 word. 1 sentence. 1 page. 1 conversation. 1 step. That's all it takes. Because mountains are climbed 1 step at a time. Books are written 1 page at a time. Languages are learned 1 word at a time. Lives are transformed 1 decision at a time. And maybe, just maybe, the decision that changes your life is the one you're making right now. To stop watching and start becoming. To stop wishing and start working. To stop doubting and start believing. Your future vocabulary, your future confidence, your future success is hidden inside your daily actions. The door is open. The path is waiting. The opportunity is here. Now move. Because the person you want to become is waiting on the other side of discipline. And every word you learn today is 1 step closer to meeting them.